Imagine this. You're a, you're a VP of sales, or maybe just a relentlessly curious business leader, right? And you just dropped, a mid-six-figure sum on this proven top-tier sales methodology.
Right, a massive investment.
Exactly. And your team, they go through the intensive workshop, they absolutely ace the certification. Leadership is just thrilled. But then, 3 months later, your reps are right back to winging their discovery calls, pitching features instead of actual value.
Yeah, we see it happen all the time.
So what happened? Today, our mission is to dive into this brilliant piece by J.P. Lemaitre. We're going to figure out exactly why methodology adoption fails, and more importantly, how to fix your organizational operating system. Because, okay, let's unpack this. The core premise here is a tough pill to swallow. The methodology didn't fail. Your operating system did.
It's a brutal reality check.
Yeah.
But honestly, absolutely necessary. We really have to start by debunking the biggest myth in sales enablement, which is treating methodology adoption as like a learning challenge.
Oh, interesting. So just treating it like a standalone event?
Exactly. Organizations treat this like a one-and-done training event. But training, well, it only creates awareness. It does not create actual behavior change. What's fascinating here is what happens when real-world pressure hits.
Wait, let me push back on that for just a second. If we drop six figures on a premium methodology, shouldn't it be, comprehensive enough to cover every scenario?
You would definitely think so, yeah.
Right. Like if a rep understands a multi-stage value matrix in a classroom,
Yeah.
why can't they just apply it on a live call?
Well, it really comes down to cognitive load. Think about a rep on a live discovery call with, say, multiple stakeholders. The pressure is really on.
Oh, sure.
They are actively trying to listen to the buyer, read the room, formulate their next response. And if the methodology is overly complex, if it demands they navigate dozens of recommended questions or some convoluted matrix in real time.
Their working memory just completely taps out.
Exactly. It completely taps out.
It's like buying this incredibly complex high-end diet plan. Right. But you keep junk food in the pantry under stress, your brain just grabs what's easy. Like, if the framework requires a rep to check documentation during a live call, isn't it basically doomed from day one?
Yeah, it really is. Because complexity creates friction. And friction, well, it kills adoption under pressure. They just abandon the framework and revert to whatever old habits they can execute on autopilot.
So if they abandon it under pressure, what happens to the pipeline? Do managers even notice, or does the CRM just let them fake it?
Oh, the system almost always lets them fake it.
Wow.
Yeah. And that leads to the second massive failure. The methodology is usually totally misaligned with internal processes and, frankly, the reality of the modern buyer, because modern B2B buying is incredibly messy.
It's not a straight line at all.
No, it is highly nonlinear. Buyers loop back, they bring in new stakeholders at the absolute 11th hour, and they do a ton of self-guided research.
But the shiny new methodology usually assumes buyers are just walking in a perfectly straight line from awareness to decision.
Precisely. So we really have to distinguish between the sales process, which is like having a discovery call or a demo, and the sales methodology, which is the how, the specific questions to ask or how to position value.
Right, the actual execution part.
Exactly. And here's where it gets really interesting. Lemaitre points out that if a rep can hit their stage gates and advance a deal without ever actually using the new methodology, then the methodology isn't integrated, it is purely decorative.
Hold on. So you're saying a rep can have a completely green dashboard, hit all the required CRM fields to move a deal forward, and have literally never asked a single question from the new methodology?
Yes. The CRM is effectively lying to leadership.
Wow. So decorative is a terrible outcome for your bottom line. The CRM is tracking the what, but completely ignoring the how.
Yep. That is exactly what happens.
Okay, so for the VP of sales listening right now who is suddenly realizing their CRM is full of decorative data, how do they actually fix this? What does repairing the operating system look like in practice?
Well, if we connect this to the bigger picture, it requires the true delivery system of any organization, the managers. Rolling out a methodology is a 6-month change management program. It is not a software installation.
Right. It's not just flipping a switch.
Exactly. You have to integrate it directly into their daily workflow to make it the path of least resistance. And practically, that means shifting what managers actually measure.
Okay, tracking different metrics.
Right. You have to track leading indicators of behavior, not just lagging indicators like win rates or average deal size.
So instead of just looking at the close date, managers need to be like scoring call recordings or checking if specific methodology-based fields in the CRM are actually filled out with quality insights.
Precisely. I mean, if you, as a VP, stand up at an all-hands meeting and announce this massive rollout, but then you run your weekly pipeline reviews only asking reps about close dates and next steps.
Never asking them to articulate the buyer's actual value drivers.
Right. If you do that, you are personally killing the adoption. Your reps hear exactly what you prioritize.
Yeah, they realize that behavior change is totally optional.
Exactly.
So what does this all mean? The ultimate takeaway here for the VP of Sales is that you have to stop treating behavior change as a one-time event. You can't just buy a framework, toss it over the fence, and expect miracles.
No, you have to build the managerial machine that sustains it. Relentless coaching, simple frameworks, actual workflow integration.
I love that. Well, as we wrap up, there's one final thought we want to leave you with to ponder. We so often assume that reps resist new frameworks because they're stubborn or lazy or just stuck in their ways.
Right, that's the common assumption.
But what if their lack of adoption isn't defiance at all? What if it's actually an intuitive signal that the methodology you just bought is fundamentally misaligned with how your specific buyers actually want to buy today?